How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the preseason interview for the coach of the Fort Sill Warriors, his third name in 3 seasons. Lionheart Plays. First and foremost, my friend, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Well, today the Vikings lost, so
You'll be okay.
fine. I'll live.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
I'll live. So real quick before we get into the interview, I'm sure a lot of people know you by now, but to any of the people who may have found you through the EBL and friends, why don't you go ahead and give a little intro about your channel, what you do, what you're all about. Yeah, give a little intro.
Yeah, so for those of you who do not know me, my name is Humberto, aka Lionheart. Either one works fine, and started the channel off doing Breath of the Wild content. Still plan on doing Breath of the Wild content in sometime in the future, but we took a turn, and for the past 2 years we've been doing primary Pokemon content with a focus on competitive battling, some shiny hunting here and there, and some raids as well with the new games. So yeah, I guess we're officially a PokeTuber, and we've managed to do some series. We have some series under our belt. So yeah, that's me.
All right, well, to move on to the interview portion of this, the first question up is, obviously we're just over a month away from the start of Elite Battle League. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video. February 25th is the start of Elite Battle League Season 5. So obviously we're getting closer and closer. So what's going through your head as we continue to get closer to the start of the season?
So honestly, the thing that's going through my head is I should probably stop procrastinating and actually start building some mons. I don't want to get too comfortable, because I know how I get when I get too comfortable. I'm feeling really good about this season, and whatnot, and I think I need to start. I think I need to start getting a game face on and everything. It's coming and whatnot. Just got to start working on it.
I feel the exact same way. So the next question, I kind of want to rephrase it a little bit, because obviously you are a 3-time champion within the Elite Battle League. So how are you feeling going into this season, knowing, you're a 3-time champion? Are you going into this season with sort of more of a confidence about you, or are you just still going into it like as if you have no championships, as if you're still, I'm sure you are, but as if you're still learning and continuing to grow?
I think you should always take an approach to something, even if you are skilled in it, as if you're learning and whatnot. Because the thing that I've noticed with a lot of things, Al Capone and whatnot, is an overabundance of hubris, and that can be the downfall of someone. So I always want to go in to something comfortably. Right now, I think the response is I'm comfortable. I don't want to go in overconfident, because I am confident in what I can do, but at the same time, I don't want to go in there as if like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going in comfortably with a clear mind, having battle tactics, everything planned out already, and all that good stuff. So I think the response is coming.
I think that's a good answer. Not too confident, comfortable. I like that answer. I like that. So obviously you said your preparations are somewhat non-existent currently.
Well,
to a degree. So let's talk about a bit about your mentality here. Has anything changed from the way you approached previous seasons?
Well, yes, because if I am going to recognize myself in one thing, is my ability to learn from past mistakes and whatnot, even if that battle or if that situation ended up resulting in a victory or whatnot. So yes, the way I prepare, for every situation and every battle is different than what I used to before. I think it's important to evolve, because the meta evolves even within a format like singles, like the EBL for whatnot. You know, it's very drastically different the way it was season 1 to the way it is now. And if we can, we think we can agree that with every season that the EBL has, it grows more and more competitive. Teams become more and more explosive. So with that in mind, I think it's important to evolve with your preparations, and whatnot. My preparations, just to go back on that one little thing that you mentioned. The brunt of my preparations are complete. Mons are set, right? Abilities are set. Layouts and all that good stuff is set. And obviously the schedule is set. The only thing that I have to just sit down on is, actually study the opponent's team and my team and who I'm going to bring. It's pretty much that I have.
That's more or less what I meant. I figured your sort of team prep is ready. I meant your opponent prep.
Gotcha.
You did bring up a good point with the EBL constantly evolving, and I can say that it all led to week 4 last season, where you're right, there have been a ton of explosive wins, and it led to week 4 last season where it was just a bunch of blowouts. So I totally agree with that.
By the way, YouTube, this is water that I'm drinking. It's nothing else. Don't cancel me.
Oh, I'm drinking juice.
Okay.
I guess if we're pointing that out. Now let's focus in a little bit on your team here.
Sure.
Looking at the team that you drafted, you brought back the powerhouse that was Lugia, your good luck charm, Whimsicott. You took Mewtwo, Galarian Rapidash, Primarina, Leafeon, Barraskewda. You brought that one back as well. Unovan, Darmanitan, and Hawlucha. A very strong team, at least offensively. I think I'd have to go more in depth to see how good it is defensively. There are some Pokemons in there, but a very strong team offensively, at least on paper. But looking at your team, how do you think your draft went?
So, my draft, honestly, overall, because I'm not gonna lie, and I think that I'm gonna answer one question in the future, but I mean, there's no way for me to circumvent it to answer it. So overall, my draft went pretty well. I mean, I got the 2 Pokemon that I wanted. I wanted the Cotton Ball, and I wanted my boy Lugia, right? I got the 2 that I wanted. Everyone else kind of just sort of, I had a plan for them, and I drafted them for a reason, and I'm happy that I got them. A couple of snipes, right? I know I wanted Grimmsnarl, Texas took it. I wanted Darmanitan, Galarian, Texas took it. So to say that Texas has a big ass target on their back is to say the least. And then I wanted the Bull, Tauros, and obviously Carolina Garchomps took that as well. So yeah, I got 3 snipes total, but other than that, we seeing the return of Barraskewda. First time that I'm using regular Darmanitan, at least for myself. It's there. Hawlucha is going to be real fun to play with, and I think that the offensive pressure is there. The defensive bulk and whatnot, I think it's there too, but obviously there's more offensive pressure there.
Yeah, totally agree.
I think that my draft went pretty well so far.
Yeah. So, I mean, more like, even though you got sniped, are you still pretty happy with the team you're able to put together?
Yeah. Yeah, very. Like I said, I got the main 2 that I wanted. Mewtwo was a bonus. And then I had a plan for the other mons that I bought. And I think that even though I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I got plans for all of it. I just can't wait to show you all as the season progresses.
Right. Now, this question, I always say it. You do not have to answer it. And you also, or if you want to answer, you do not have to go into detail. You can keep it super simple. Are there any Pokemon on your team that you feel might get an MVP throughout the season?
I am aiming for Lugia to become the MVP. Okay? He came super close last season. Got beat out by the dog, by 2 kills or something like that, and it just died like maybe once or something more than Zacian did. Even though I still got a Pokemon on the logo, which is where we are with the Zacian now. I wanted Lugia on there, so my goal is to make Lugia the MVP to make sure that my boy gets on that logo.
Ooh, big goals. I mean, Lugia was terrifying, so I wouldn't be surprised if it actually did end up there. Now, on the flip side, do you feel there are any, again, also, do not have to go into detail, do not have to answer this. Do you feel that there are any underrated Pokemon on your team?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people give a lot of crap to the evolutions, but I think Leafeon, even though it's no slouch, I think that out of everybody, you know what? Yeah, Leafeon would probably be the underrated Pokemon here.
I haven't done a good enough job of showing it off.
Well, no. Well, yeah, but see, the problem is that even with you showing it off, and like, little thing, I actually keep a list as to whoever, because obviously we have some repeat Pokemons from different seasons, right? So I have a repeat, I have a list on, just for fun, who uses what better than the other person. It's just for kicks. You know, obviously, for example, Stone Family 64 used Dragapult and forgot the other one, Kartana, better than anybody else has in the league so far. And then we have Derek, who's used Dialga better than anybody else that has used Dialga so far and whatnot. Yeah. So just a little thing. I think that you've used Leafeon better than anybody so far. I don't know. I have my plan with Leafeon. I drafted him for a reason, but we'll see. Right? We'll see. Maybe our uses are different from how everyone else is using. So I don't know. It's just a little bit.
To be fair, I think I'm the only one to have used Leafeon.
Okay. So then right now you're the best user.
By default, let's go. This might be an interesting question for you. How confident are you in your ability to fully utilize your team to its max potential?
I think it's important to understand your team and to know your team in order for you to be able to use your Pokemon to its max potential. Like I said, I drafted the Pokemon for a reason. Each one serves a different purpose, not to a single Pokemon or anything like that. And I think that's the beauty of it, because if one plan fails, the other one will go into effect. And if that plan fails, then the other one will go into effect. So there's an A, B, C, D, and E plan model there. So do I feel comfortable in using this team to its max potential? I do. I feel comfortable with it.
Do you think that you're shifting the focus a little bit further out, kind of towards the league? Do you think your team will be able to stack up against the rest of the league? Because we got a lot of powerhouses this time around.
We do. I think that this is one of the seasons where it's going to become most competitive. Like if we take a look at Landon's team, for example, it has a lot of offensive pressure. We're taking a look at, let's see, Texas has a really good team right about now, very good support and offensive pressure. And then let's look at New York, for example, who has really good bulk and offensive pressure as well. I don't know how my team will be able to stack up against the rest of the league, but I know that my team has what it takes to play with the big dogs at the very least.
I can see that. Now, looking at your division here, you're in the Kanto division, alongside the Texas Tyranitar and the Doorman, the New York Metangs and Metamaxis, and then the Snowdonian Frostmoss and JKXY. What were your thoughts when you saw who you were with in your division?
So I was excited. I know that I wanted to battle Jakey. Jake is a really cool guy. It's not like I wanted to battle him to beat him or anything like that. It's just, I just wanted to battle, just to see how things are and whatnot. So the fact that I managed to get him on my schedule, made me excited. There are people here. I got some newcomers on my schedule as well. So can't wait to see how everything plays out. But I was overall excited.
So you mentioned your schedule there. Week 1, you have the Snowdonian Frostmoss. Week 2, you have the Texas Tyranitar. Week 3, you have the Greater Manchester Greninjas and the Raging Lake. And then week 4, we got the championship rematch against the Colchester Celtics and Poke Pidge. And then you finish off your season with New York and Metamaxis. Did seeing your schedule and who you have to face make you more excited for the season to start?
Yeah. I think it's going to be an interesting season because I have 2 new people on my roster. And obviously, again, I learned from my mistakes from season 2 to not underestimate anybody. So I'm going in with, I'm going in DEF CON. We're there, we're going full alert and everything to see how everything goes. I am very, I think that, I think you mentioned, what is it? Week 3 that I fight the Raging Lake, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that fighting the newbies, some of the newbies later on, like Raging Lake and Metamaxis, would prove beneficial. The only downfall to my schedule is obviously that I do get a newbie in Jakey first time around in fighting. Mm-hmm. So definitely have to approach that with caution because he has a pretty good team. But we'll see.
In terms of difficulty, how would you personally rate your schedule out of 10?
I would say a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say a 7 out of difficulty because I have 3 newbies to the EBL, 2 of which I don't know if they have had prior combat experience, competitive experience. Mm-hmm. Here I am talking like it's war. And then I have 1 that I know has competitive experience. So I'd say 7. And then there's the obvious rematch with the runner-up, the one-time champion Pidge and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So there's that. So definitely not a season to just sit back and relax and whatnot, but definitely to approach with caution. I'd say 7 out of 10.
I think that's good. Good answer. Is there anyone who is not on your schedule that you would like to face at some point, whether in the playoffs or potentially in the championship match?
Yes. I would like to face Landon again. Easy win. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, Landon actually battles really well, if you believe it or not. I would like to battle Landon again. I would also like to battle, I think at this point we made it public in our Discord server, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Smoosh Moosh has joined the fray in the Elite Battle League.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to have fought him.
So looking at the rest of the league here and looking at their teams they drafted, which teams do you think are looking the most dangerous in the league, not including your own?
Not including my own. So we have Iowa definitely has good offensive pressure, and some speedy mons. I think Iowa is a dangerous team. San Antonio Espers is another one that Kyogre stands out to me. Cartana also stands out to me for the New York Metangs. Those are the teams that stand out to me, but mostly. I'm not even looking at the other division or conference or whatever. If I'm going to be completely honest, the most dangerous team in the league is probably yours, because you have an Ultra Beast and a Doggo, the best Doggo rather, and you have a good amount of bulk to your team. I think that the most dangerous team in this league is definitely yours, because you have a good spread of bulk and offensive pressure. Easily the most dangerous team in the league is yours.
Thanks, man.
Although Timmy's is no scoffing at either. I'd say if I were to put him on a ranking scale, top 3 most dangerous teams in the league, yours, Timmy's, and then Landon's.
I think those are solid picks.
Yeah.
On the flip side, are there any teams you feel might be underestimated to begin with, but will perform beyond expectations as the season goes on?
Yeah. I think Texas Texas is probably the underrated team here. And we're going based off of this because of their track record. They have, no offense, but it hasn't been the best track record for them and whatnot. However, this time around, looking at their team right now, they have a pretty solid lineup. You know, they have a fair amount of bulk and whatnot. I think this will be good. I think this is good. You know, for them, this is probably their best team that they've ever. I think this is the best team that they have drafted to date.
Yeah, I agree. Focusing back on you and your team here, how do you personally think you'll perform this season?
I think I'll perform okay. Okay? I think I'll perform okay. I would love to have another season 3 where I have a perfect record. You know? I think that this season might be it too. But if I don't, I'm okay with 1 or 2 losses as long as I have a positive winning record for the regular season. Yeah. I'm okay. I think to date, my worst season is last season. And even though I became champion last season, I had a neutral record, 2-2. And I don't want that. That's easily my worst season. So I think that as long as I come out with a positive season, I'm okay. So how well do I think I'll perform? I think I'll perform okay. This is one of the best teams that I've drafted personally, in my opinion.
I mean, all that really matters is your playoff record, and you've only ever lost. Actually, you haven't even lost in the playoffs.
Yeah, I dropped out season 3 due to a death in the family. Yeah, I dropped out season 3 due to a death in the family. So, but if we're not counting my forfeiting, I've never lost a playoff match.
And ultimately, I mean, as long as you can get in the playoffs, then I think that experience is definitely going to come into play. Are there any sort of specific goals you want to say in this video that you might have for this season, whether they're short-term or long-term?
Yeah, have fun. Because last season was stressful, and I didn't have fun last season at all. So I think both short-term and long-term, I just want to have fun. And I think I'm feeling really good with this season that I am. I haven't decided if this is going to be a chill season for me, if I'm just going to kick back and relax and shoot the shit, but or if I'm going to take it serious. I haven't decided that yet. But regardless of which way I go, I'm not as the feeling that I had before season 4 started, it's not there with this season. I have a really good feeling with this season. I think I'm going to enjoy this season. You know, win or lose, I think it's going to be fun. And that's what I'm looking for.
I like it. And now, the dreaded final question to top off the interview. I mean, you've already done it 3 times, but why are you going to be the champion of the Elite Battle League at the end of the season?
Easy, because the score is still 3-0. I'm going to do it again. I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
I was going to accept that.
I honestly, you never know, because like I said, every season of the Elite Battle League becomes more explosive, more competitively. There's always a bigger fish. Okay, there's always a bigger fish. Just because you think you know everything doesn't mean that somebody else won't know that. So, will I become the champion of the EBL this season? Maybe, maybe not. Will I want to become the champion? Sure. If I do become the champion again, that's it. I'm out because I can't be taking all the championships now. But yeah.
I mean, you can, I guess.
I guess. There's the I guess. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We never know. We never know. So that's it.
Fair enough. Now with the interview portion of this out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to you to plug whatever you want, socials, projects, anything you want to plug. Throw it over to you. This is your time. Take it away.
Alrighty, so currently we are doing a SoulLink with our friend Landon Infernalman. We are back in Alola doing a SoulLink for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So definitely check that out. Both of our channels, subscribe to that, and as well, of course, the other coaches. We also have a SoulLink going back to Unova in Black 2, White 2 with Newtbox, which is my first time playing those games. So definitely check him out. And again, all the rest of the coaches. As far as merch goes, I don't have a merch store with me. If you guys haven't seen my channel update that I posted a couple months ago, I did get rid of that. I will bring back my merch store once I hit 1K. If I do have a merch store, it'll probably be just for the EBL with the teams and whatnot. So stay put. I haven't made a decision on that yet, but I'm probably just going to go ahead and do that just for the EBL for the moment. Other than that, other than the ongoing series, I do stream regularly now. So subscribe, be notified. And there's a Discord too. You can check that out. It's dead, but if you want to join a dead Discord, you can.
That's a great way to try and convince someone to join it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That was our preseason interview with the coach of the Fort Sill Warriors, Lionheart Plays. Be sure to show some love his way, like he just mentioned. Subscribe to him for some fantastic content on this channel, and of course subscribe to all the other coaches in the Elite Battle League. We're up to 16 now, so we can fill up that sub box. But for you, good sir, are there any final words you have for the fans of the Fort Sill Warriors out there?
I do. First things first, for the Elite Battle League as a whole, definitely check out, I forgot to plug this, definitely check out the Elite Battle League YouTube channel. That'll also be in the description. But more importantly, for the fans out there, for the Fort Sill Warriors, I promise this might be the last team change name. I don't know about the logo, but I think that this will be the last team change. I think we're going to stick with Fort Sill for a while. But remember, guys, ours is the glory. We will end up victorious whether we become champions or not. Our records will not be untainted like that. That is it, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I wish you good luck with the start of this season, and we'll be seeing all of you watching real soon for the start of season 5 of the Elite Battle League on February 25th. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.
Lionheart out, guys. Take care.
Lionheart out.